All right, guys. This is take two. Normally, I wouldn't include you in on this, but Zoo and I just did an entire interview, and I did not hit record. So, anyway, I'm at Brad Daddis's fight camp in Philadelphia with Azzuna Anyanwu, and Zoo is making his pro debut this Saturday. How are you, Zoo?
Good. How you doing? I'm okay. I'm good. Ready for Matrix 3 this Friday, October 29th, going against Desmond Walker. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, we were in the first interview. We were talking about Walker a little bit. You told me he had like 6 amateur fights, a couple of titles.
Yeah, he's 3-3 as an amateur. He has a 1 title from what I've seen. Actually met him at the Bellator tryouts. Nice guy. It's gonna be a battle.
Did you roll with him or do anything with him at the? Because I was here as well with the Bellator tryouts. Did you roll with him?
No, I didn't roll with him. I rolled against 2 guys. He saw him roll. He was fairly decent, not really a ground guy at all. Talked to him a little bit. He said he played for South Carolina, Steve Spurrier, I guess, for a year.
Okay, well, what Zoo just said might be pretty significant because if you're from the Philadelphia, Bucks County area, Zoo's well known on the grappling circuit. He's done a lot of the Naga tournaments, Grappler's Quest, the Rupture tournament. Zoo is, what rank are you in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Currently a purple belt. Probably been a purple belt for a year now. Don't really do gi that much anymore. Just no gi.
Zoo, he's kind of a soft-spoken, modest guy. His jiu-jitsu is very, very good. I've actually rolled with Zoo, and for a big guy, usually when I roll with guys his size, all they want to do is just smash you into the mat and lay on top of you. Zoo is playing a lot of half guard. His jiu-jitsu is very, very smooth. Zoo, as a guy that has kind of his foundation in jiu-jitsu, what did you find to be the most challenging thing transitioning over to MMA?
Learning the striking part. The striking is definitely the hardest part. So, I always say work from the ground up. But striking and mixing it in with ground, hardest part, transition.
When we were speaking on the phone for the pre-interview, you said that, working from the ground up. Would you elaborate on that a little bit? What do you mean by that?
My opinion is that I don't think you should learn striking first and go into MMA. Always should be on the ground. Learn the ground first, learn your wrestling, go from jiu-jitsu to wrestling to striking. That's what I say.
Okay, yeah, I got to tell you, I don't disagree with that at all. I think that's a sound strategy. I wanted to get your input on, I saw you fight your last amateur fight at Locked in a Cage when you won their heavyweight title.
Yes, sir. Went against Joe McGowan. He was 6-0, now 6-1. Well, actually 7-1 now. He just won 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Supposedly he was a D1 wrestler. Pretty good guy.
I remember that fight. I was there for that, and I remember this guy being ginormous. He was really tall. He was much taller than you, and I didn't actually see this happen, but I had spoken to people that saw the fight. And did you actually try to pick him up and throw him out of the cage?
Well, like I said before, I lifted him pretty high. He got some airtime from me, So, a couple times he went high.
So I guess what had happened is he's so tall when you picked him up, the people thought you were throwing him out. But that was a very impressive win because he was big. When I saw the size difference between you two, I thought he might give you a hard time, and he really didn't. He give you that much of a hard time, did he?
Nah, the only thing that was strange about him, he was just a lefty. Sometimes lefties, they pose that problem. That's the only thing I was worried about. Besides that, I wasn't really worried about anything.
Now, as far as your pro debut, are you nervous?
This is the most confident I've ever been, ever. For some reason, I'm just real confident. I'm in good shape, and I don't know. I don't think he's going to touch me.
Now, the fight is Friday, so you're in today. I saw you working the pads a little bit. Were you just staying loose?
Yeah, just staying loose, breaking the sweat. Conditioning's over. The hard training's over. Just drinking water, eating good to the fight.
At the end of the interview, I always give the fighter I'm interviewing the opportunity to look into the camera and say whatever they want, if anything, to their opponent. So you could say nothing, you could say whatever you want. So I'm going to give you the opportunity, Zoo, at the end here to look into the camera and speak directly to your opponent if you want.
Well, Desmond, you got to come with that A game because I'm coming with my A+ game, so it's going to be a war. So get ready. That is fight camps.
All right, guys, this is Jim from MMAtoday.net. Good night and good luck. And one other thing, Zoo, I want to ask you, do you have any shout-outs or plugs you want to give?
Shout-outs. Shout out to God, number one. Brad Davis for letting me train here. Good guy. All my training partners, my heavyweights in the Philadelphia region that helped me out for this fight. That's about it.
All right, Zoo, we'll look forward to seeing you fight on Friday, and good luck and thank you for the interview. All right, guys, good night.